Do you need to be an expert to make a thumbnail? My answer is no. And if you have just started your channel, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, you can make a thumbnail just by downloading Canva. You have to download Canva. And what I'm going to show you today, you can use in the free version of Canva. Now, I have the paid version. I'm just going to be honest. But what I'm going to show you today, you can use in the free version. But you might consider getting the paid version because you're going to get more options and you're going to be able to do more things. So let's get started. And I'm going to show you exactly how I create thumbnails using Canva for my YouTube thumbnails. And there are many videos on YouTube doing this. I'm just going to show you my way. So let's get started. Okay, so this is Canva. And when you first come to Canva, it's going to ask you to set everything up. So just set everything up. Just follow the steps. It's going to be plain and simple. You don't need anything. You don't need to put a credit card if you're going to use the free version. None of that, okay? So the first thing that you need to do is first you want to have the pictures that you want to use for your thumbnails. You want to have them already loaded into your computer or your phone, tablet, whichever device you're using. What I normally do is I take a picture of myself, the item that I'm going to be using in my thumbnail, and then I just email those pictures or that picture to myself, and then I go to my email and download it into and save it into my computer. I'm sorry. So you're going to take a selfie, email it to yourself, then go to your email, download it to whatever device you're going to be using to set up your email, and then you're going to come to Canva. So once you're in Canva, you're going to click this create button, and then this screen is going to pop up. It may be the same for you or it may be different. It just depends on how your what device you're using. So what I'm using is a tablet. If you're on a desktop, it may look totally different. If you're on your cell phone, it's going to definitely look different. Okay. So right here, Canva already have a template for you. So write these dimensions down. It's your YouTube thumbnail is a 1280 pixel by 720 pixel. And it tells you right here. Okay. But if your screen doesn't come up like this, let me show you what you can do. You just go right here to the top where it says, what would you like to do? And you just type in thumbnail for YouTube. And then click the enter button. And then all of these will come up, okay? I just go with the first one. So I'm going to click this. And it's going to take me to this screen. So this is your template. This is your YouTube thumbnail template. Okay. You see the purple boundary boxes. Everything you do needs to be with inside of these purple boxes or this purple box. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is whatever it is that you're working on, you want to try to create your background to kind of mimic or highlight what you're going to have on your thumbnail. What do I mean by that? So in my personal opinion, what I normally do is I click my box, the white box, and then I go right here where it says background color, and I'm going to click that. And then I'm just going to scroll down to see which colors may fit the thumbnail that I like. You know, what colors do I like? It just depends on what you're making. Okay. So I recently discovered that you can use the gradients for your thumbnail background. So I like to put see all, and then all of these come up, and then you just pick and choose whichever background fits your fancy. Okay. So today, just to make it simple, I am going to be using this background right here. So this one is a gradient of pink, orange, and yellowish. Okay. And then I'm going to make the X. I'm going to click this X once I picked my background. So I'm going to make an X, click the X, I'm sorry. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to go to my uploads folder, which is right here. So once you get to getting your background, you just scroll over to the uploads folder. And what uploads is everything that you have uploaded from your computer, mobile device, tablet, iPad, whichever one you're using. Those pictures will come up in the uploads folder. Okay. If you need to upload your photo, let me show you how to do that. So you click the uploads and then you go right here where it says upload files. And I'm just going to click that. And then my folders tabs will come up. I'm just going to click whatever random picture is in my downloads folder at this moment. I don't know what it is, but we're going to use it. And so you click it and then you say upload, and you see how it's loading the photo right here. So this is the photo that was in that file. I'm just going to delete it because I already have one there, which is fine. So once you put your picture into the uploads file, the pictures will come down here. So I'm going to choose this picture right here as my thumbnail picture. Okay. The first thing I want to do is remove the background. So make sure that your picture is highlighted with the purple boxes around it. Click the background removal button. Sorry about that, y'all. Click the background removal button and it will hide the background from you. So I like this picture, but I don't need it all the way to my waist. So what I'm going to do is just crop, and I just took my handle and crop the picture. I only need like the top portion of me. And then I'm going to crop it over here just to make it a little smaller. Crop it over here just to make it a little smaller. And then I can use this whenever I get ready. Okay. So just say that I was going to make this hat. I was going to do a video about putting patches on the hat. I'm going to use this picture that I've already taken, and I'm going to click remove the background. Okay. So once this removes the background, what I'm going to do is crop this picture down to the lowest form. So you want to stay within, you can see everything in your picture, but just crop it so that when you get ready to use it, it gives you a lot of space. If you keep it wide and long, then your space will be limited. The picture will only blow up so much. Okay. So just say that I wanted to use this picture for the thumbnail that I want to create for the next video that I'm either going to put out or live, right? So I'm going to take this picture, and I want you to pay attention to how Canva gives you boundary boxes when you have these types of images in your hand. Okay. So this right here is showing me that horizontally, this image is fitting the screen and it's in the middle. If I move it over to the right, just a little, you see now I have a vertical line. So now Canva is telling me that this photo is centered perfectly within the boundary of my thumbnail. Okay. But I don't want to keep my picture right here. What I like to do is move my pictures to the left of the screen, right? And so now it's in the middle. So it's horizontally perfect within my thumbnail. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little handle right here and I'm going to stretch my picture. And you see how it gave me another box. And so now I want to bring my picture in and get it back centered horizontally. So it might be a little bit too big. Let me pull it down just a little. Right here is where my horizontal and my vertical line have met. So I know that my image is centered. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take my photo and I'm just going to move it to the left. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to my layers panel and I'm going to bring my photo to the front. You see how that happened? Another thing that I like to do with my thumbnails, sometimes I don't do it all the time because sometimes you don't have a lot of time to, make a thumbnail. You might be wanting to go live within the next 30 minutes. So you just do whatever is quickly for you, right? But I do like to take my picture and then go up here to the edit box. So make sure that your picture is highlighted. I go to edit. And then once this screen comes up where it says edit image, I go down to shadows. So right here where it says effects, I go to shadows. And then once I get into shadows, I either use the glow portion or the outline portion for my photo. I'm only editing the photo part of this thumbnail right now. So I'm going to click outline. And you see how it brought this black line around me. And right here, it shows you that it's in a black color. Okay. But what I'm going to do is click the black and I'm going to change it to white. And then once I have it white, I'm just going to size it down, which there's a slider right here. You see this right here. It says 25. Just focus on that because I know my picture is in the way for the slider. But as I slide it to the left, it's going to go down. And then right here, my the white around me is also skimming down. So you could just skim it down a little bit. I'm just going to use 10 pixels behind me and I'm going to set it. Okay, so now when I move my picture, the white line is behind me always because it just automatically attaches to the photo that you're editing. Okay, so I'm going to move my my photo that's behind me. I'm just going to move it over just ever so slightly. I just want to make sure that I stay within my horizontal axle, which keeps it even. Okay. If I move it down, it's not going to be even. So I like to stay within the horizontal form, right? Okay. It doesn't necessarily always have to be vertically even unless that's what you're going for, but you do want to keep it on the horizontal axis. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the text box and I'm just going to add a text. So once you click text, all of this will come up. So now I want to add a text box. Okay. Now in this text box, I'm going to type in what my video is going to be about, right? So I'm just going to say how to add patches to a hat. If I can spell. Hold on. Okay. And then I'm going to press, I'm going to click off of that. So now this is what I have. So now I'm going to click back on it. And so this is so small that nobody will be able to see it. So what I normally do is I go in and I highlight the text, all of the text. And there's a better way to do it. You can just start off with having your text already at the number of the width and height that you would like it by going right here and sizing it up. But what I want to do is I want to find the perfect text for me. So I click this that says Canva Sans, and then all of these fonts will come up. So take note that if I use anything with a crown on it, that means that's the paid version. You can only use those fonts with the paid version of Canva. But I'm going to use anything that's free. It doesn't have a crown on the side of it, okay? I like to use Anton because it's a bold font. My preference, but you can go through this list and find any font that you like and use it, okay? So now that I have my font, I'm going to size my font. So as long as this is highlighted and I go back up here and start pressing this button, the plus sign, Canva is going to increase the height of my font, okay? And I like to get it big like this. You see how it's kind of like 3 layers of wording? Because once I move it into my box where the horizontal line comes in, hopefully you can see the horizontal line. I'm going to change my background real quick to white just so you can see the lines. Okay, so now here we are. This is my horizontal line. Do you see that line going straight across the screen? It's covering patches 2A. You see that? Hopefully you can see that. And if I moved it to the left, it will give me my horizontal and vertical line whenever it is centered. Do you see those little lines in the back? Hopefully you can see that. But that is what you want to look for. So now I'm going to move it back to the right, making sure that it is horizontally in line. Okay. And so now what I can do is take my patch, because my words are now overlapping. I'm just going to scale this down and bring it down into the horizontal line. And now my wording is horizontally even. My photo is horizontally even. And then I can put my background back. I think I'm going to choose a different color because of the color of the hat. Let's see what this one looks like. Let me try. Okay. I mean, it's not the best, but we're going to use it because we're just making a video, making a tutorial. Okay. So now with my words, I have it highlighted. You see the purple box. I'm going to go up here to effects. I like to do this only because it highlights the wording, right? So I go right here and I tap outlines. It gave a gray background outline to my text. I don't want that. I'm just going to use white. And then I'm also going to scale down the thickness of my outside line. And I'm probably going to use by the number 20. That's fine. So this is what I have now. And you see how it changed the height of the wording. I'm just going to go back up here and click the plus button until that hat part drops down, because this is what I want. I don't want patches to a hat on one line. Okay. So now I have this and I'm just going to scale it down just a little bit. Find my horizontal line. And I just made a YouTube thumbnail. Now, I would go just a little bit further and I would go to elements. So you click the word elements and then you type in the search bar YouTube subscribe button or live button or something, right? And so all of these will pop up. But do you see where it says EDU? That's the paid version of these thumbnails, of these elements. I don't want to use that because everybody don't have the paid version of Canva. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press see all. Okay. And then you see how these do not have that word EDU. So I'm going to use one of these and just show you how to place this onto your thumbnail. So I'm going to use this one with the hand, and you just click it and it brings it into your thumbnail. Now, this is just too big. Okay. So what you do is take one of these handles and you scale it down, whatever size you want. Okay. And then I'm going to grab it. Oh, what happened here? Hold on. Let me move that out the way. Grab it and bring it down. And then I'm going to bring this back down and scale my name back up. I don't know why it keeps changing, but just change it back. Don't worry about it, okay? Scale this down just a little bit. Bring it into my box. And that is my horizontal line. If I can find it again. Come on, Canva. But these things happen, okay? So just be patient. All right, so that is that. And then now I'm going to take my subscribe and I want to put it right over here in the right-hand corner. You can put it here. You can put it at the top. You can put it wherever you want. I'm just going to put it over here. And so this is practically your thumbnail. But if you want to make it, you know, a little decorative or something in the background, you can. I'm going to do this real quickly. So I'm just going to go to elements. I'm going to type in, let's say, since I'm making making a hat, I'm just going to say patches and let's see what it brings up. And I'm going to press see all under the graphics tab. Okay. So let's just say I wanted to use these. Oh, I can't use that because it's for, that one is a paid one. Hold on. Let's go with, we're going to find something that's free. Okay. So this one is free, even though it don't match. Don't worry about the colors, right? Because you can go here and you can change all of the colors if you would like. Okay. You don't have to keep them the same. So what you do is you just go right here to where you see the colors in the panel, click the one that you want to change and change it. And I'm just doing this so you can see. Okay. So say I wanted to use this behind the words, how to add a patch, how to add patches to a hat. I'm going to take this and I'm going to size it to the size that I want. I'm going to turn this so that the green is not so close to the other green. The yellow will break up this green from that green to this green. Don't worry about it. That's just what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to the layers panel and then I'm going to say go backwards. And you see how it moved it in the back of my words. And just say you wanted to keep it like that. I mean, I wouldn't, but I'm just showing you how to do it. So you can find whatever elements that are over here in your elements panel. All you have to do when you get here is type whatever you're looking for in the search bar, and then Canva will find whatever it is. Just remember, if you're on the free version, they won't have anything right here that tells you that you need to pay for it or anything like that. You can use those images to your leisure. Okay. So the last thing I want to show you is how to save your, say we're done with our thumbnail. You want to save your thumbnail. So you go up here to file. When the drop down box comes down, it says save. Save all changes. Okay. I'm going to hit the save button. And then I'm going to show you how to export this thumbnail onto your computer, phone, tablet, laptop, whatever it is that you're using. And if you like this content so far, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Okay. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hype it up or whatever they do. Okay. So when you go back to file, you're going to go to download. And when it pops up over here, it's going to tell you automatically that your thumbnail has been saved in a PNG form right here. The size is a 1280 pixel by 720 pixel. And all you have to do, I don't touch any of this other stuff. I don't touch any of this other stuff. I just go right here and say download. And then it's going to download to my computer because that's what I'm using, tablet. And right here, it shows you the file. So I'm going to click open. And my thumbnail should come up. This is just what we created. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see. I'm not sure if you can see the thumbnail. Let me go to the file folder. Give me 1 second. And it filed under, on my computer, the personal. Let me see where it went. Hold on. Oh, okay. How to add a patch. So mine went under the file folder, and then it went under downloads, and then it went to and so now I'm in that screen. But hold on, let me see if I can show you. I'm gonna add another tab. Give me 1 second. Let me just add another, share my screen. I think I'm gonna do it like this, image. Okay. And so right here, under, I'm not sure if you can see this, but hold on, let me check. Okay, so add to the screen. So this is my thumbnail that I just created. I'm sorry that I don't know how to show you from the file folder to bring it, to show you where to go to get it. I'll work on that and I'll come back with another video. This video was just to show you how to make a thumbnail in Canva for free and use it for whatever platform you want to use it on. So I hope that I have demonstrated that for you today. And I appreciate you for coming and stopping by the channel. If you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel and thumbing it up. Have a blessed day. And again, my name is Rachel. If I didn't say that in the beginning, this is Unbiased LLC, and I appreciate you.